Are you in need of a new haircut? Tired of the same barbershop? Come to Sal's Barber Exclusive for our family experience. We have 45 years of business experience in haircutting. We offer the basic hair trimmings as well as stylings. No reservations, walk-ins only. Come on in and see Denise, Monica, and Sal. The number's 201-327-7037. 6 Church Street in Ramsey on the corner of Main and Church. Our hours are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8:30 to 6. Thursdays, 8:30 to 7:30, and Saturdays, 8 to 5. Closed on Mondays and Sundays. Come to Sal's Barber Exclusive.
Hey, Joey B with another segment of First and Goal, and tonight I'm joined by, and I've said this before, when you're known by one word name, you know you've been around a while. Mike V. You say that the name Mike V in the ACFL, everybody knows who they're talking about. We're talking about Mike V, quarterback of the Phillies. Been in the league for 11 years. Let's have a round of applause for Mike. Thank you very much. All right, so Mike, let's get right to it now. You've been in this league, what, since 2003, I think I read on a post that you...
2003, Joe, was fall season. Was my
fall season. Now, was your team always named the Phillies? Did you play under a different
I actually
moniker?
came in under a team called Clubhouse Cafe.
Clubhouse Cafe.
It was a B-touch team. Me and my boy Rombo, I don't know if you remember him. We came in together, and then we played one season there, and we started our own team.
So that became the Phillies?
That became the Phillies.
So you've been the Phillies basically for 10 years?
Pretty much, yeah.
And you evolved from now the first year to Phillies, or early on, was it always flag, or was it touch
we
first?
came up, first year we played B-touch, and we actually lost our first 2 games, and then we brought Laspo on.
Laspo, he's been a mainstay for you guys.
A few of our other guys came on with us, and we won 8 in a row to go 8-2, destroying every team. And then we destroyed the playoffs in the last season up at West Point. We won the chip, and we went up to the A-touch, and we played a good 5 years in the A-touch, and then we switched it over to flag.
So you evolved from a B-touch team in 11 years, and so now B-touch, and that's the only thing you're playing. I mean, you don't have a. Well, for a while, were you playing in 2 divisions? Were you playing 2 divisions at one time?
Only one season we played. I had the Phillies playing flag B, and then I put a team, the White Owls, in touch A.
In touch A.
We actually won with Sparks.
And you won that with Sparks at quarterback.
Yeah.
Good player.
Yeah.
Good player. So now, let's look at the last couple of seasons. And I'll tell you what, if there's another hard luck team in the league, I don't know who they are. You guys, I'll tell you, I've never seen you guys, especially this year. Let's talk about this year. You guys are sitting at what, 2-4 now, or
I think we're 2-5. Right
2-5 now with 1 game left.
1 game.
And I think the margin of loss of points in your all 5 games, I think if it adds up to 20, it's a lot. You've lost a lot of close games, right?
We've lost a few. We've lost, I mean, every game we feel we could have won. First game of the year, we played the Shakers, and we were a little rusty coming out the gate with the new guys, but
I remember.
But we caught up to them. We tied it in the second half, and they pulled away a little bit towards the end, but you know, we feel like we could have won that game. Diablos, we blew a late lead. Canes, we blew a late lead. All-Stars, we blew a late lead. Yesterday versus HOB, we had the ball going in. They stopped us. So, we've been in every game.
I remember that first week because we chatted on the sidelines for a while, and I said, "Looks like you got a small army over there."
Yeah.
You had some buffed up guys. You had a lot of speed. You had that one receiver.
Yeah, Barry.
Barry, I mean, this guy. I watched the game. This guy's unbelievable, and he's still with you, right?
Yeah, he didn't show up yesterday, but you know he's been in and out. I think he's playing with the Rebels.
He's playing with the Rebels also.
Touch, what is that? Flag 6-on-6.
Flag 6-on-6.
Goes there a few weeks, but.
So now you're coming into this season again. Yesterday you just mentioned you had a doubleheader, which is always tough.
Yeah.
And the first game you beat the Express.
Yep.
Who have now lost 5 straight.
I believe, yeah. I think they started out.
So what's up with them? I mean, did you see anything?
You know, I think they're missing. I know they were missing a few guys yesterday, and they've been missing guys during the year.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday they lost their cool a little bit against us. And Hollywood, I mean, he's a great player. He's got to keep control and do his thing.
I've said to Hollywood, his biggest adversary is himself.
Yeah. I mean, he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league.
He's got a strong arm.
And when things start going against them, they start losing their cool a little bit, and that's helped us out yesterday.
So the mental breakdown, and people don't understand how important. I mean, this guy, I know him a long time, and I'll tell you what, he's got one of the best mental makeups in the league.
Yeah, well,
He just gets a little hot, but he lets it go immediately.
Yeah, it makes up for my lack of quarterbacking.
No. Listen, let me tell you, there are a lot worse quarterbacks, Mike, than you in this league. Let me tell you. But no, it's not a backhanded compliment. I'm just telling you that.
No, I know, John.
But no, he really keeps his demeanor. His sideline, I've listened to him talk to his players on the sideline, and it's always, let's get it right this time. Let's do this. Let's do that. So he's never out of control.
Yeah.
And I think that's why the players that are on your team respect you and like you, because you're a straight guy and you don't give anybody a hard time.
Yeah.
The basis is it's still a rec league.
It's a rec league.
You're out there to have fun.
But we're out there to win too. So
Absolutely. I said earlier to the Goose and DJ, I mean, I know it's a rec league, you want to have fun, but if you're not going to try and win, what's the point of being out there?
There's no point.
There's no point.
I never do anything. I never do anything in my life where I don't try to
Well,
win.
you don't try to win.
It doesn't matter what I'm doing.
Now, you guys were banged up a little bit again this year. Tim O'Connor, what's Tim's status right now?
Tim's good now. Tim's good. He's played the last 3 weeks at pretty much just offense. Yesterday he got a little bit in there on defense. So Tim's doing good.
Is he knocking the rust off?
Yeah, he's much better. He's progressing every week. So.
I mean, because you got some receivers on your team. You just
I got too
mentioned-
many now.
You got too many. What a problem to have, Mike. Huh? But I mean,
I went from going eight guys to 16, 17 guys. So it's tough to get
well, but
guys in,
but I like your receiving core. I really do.
so do I.
When Timmy's healthy,
So
he's a thinking man's receiver.
Yeah.
He's always thinking. I like Frankie a lot, but Frankie's
Frankie's
got the same problem that Hollywood has.
Frankie
He gets a little too excited.
They're very similar.
But I tell you what,
players.
I've never seen him get his hands on the ball and not catch it.
It's very rare. Very rare.
And
Frankie, for a kid who's probably 5'7", 5'8",
Yeah.
he plays up to Timmy's height.
Yeah, and he also plays a pretty good defensive back too, right?
Very good defense. Very good.
So I mean, you got great receivers. You beefed up your O-line. My favorite guy on your defensive line, he's got the heart of a lion. You know who I'm talking about, right?
So well.
Yeah.
So unfortunately hurt himself yesterday. So.
Oh no, is he out? Is he done?
He's probably done. He might be done for his. He might be done. Period. Hopefully
Really?
not,
So what did he injure? How bad was his injury?
I believe he tore his biceps yesterday for a second time. So.
Ouch. It's
Yeah.
a shame too because he really does play ferocious. He's not the biggest guy on the line, but nobody has more heart than he does.
And Sos has been with me from day one. He started the Phillies with us.
Yeah, well, that's a shame.
He was in the room when we actually came up with the name. So
Listen, man, I wish you all the best. I didn't know about you getting hurt. You know how I feel about you. I like him very much. Very nice. One of the nicer guys in the league, but
Sos is a good guy.
Extremely intense.
Yeah,
which is good.
You should listen to the phone calls during the week.
Really? Yeah, he's intense on the phone too. So okay, so what you're feeling now? You got one game left. Your seeding situation is not going to change with that last game.
It might. I think right now we're probably the 7th seed, and if we win, we could probably move up to the 6 or 5. Which
so then you would draw a 3 seed, who at this point would be the All-Star. I mean, because if you really look at the standings, you've got the Diablos and you've got the Canes. All right, and then after that, I don't think the All-Stars got beaten yesterday, so they have.
I think they're 3 and 4. I think the Shakers are 4 and 3 now.
Shakers are 4 and 3.
4 and 3.
That's a team to be afraid of, isn't it? The Shakers.
Shakers. We played them week 1 with Goose. I don't know. I haven't seen him without Goose.
He's been out. DJ Kennedy, but Goose was on the segment before you.
Yeah.
He says he'll be back for week 8. But DJ Kennedy put up 40 points against the
All-Stars.
Against the All-Stars.
And they beat the Diablos, I believe. 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
the week before.
Without Goose.
So I don't know. Goose maybe wants to get back a little quicker than he should. So I mean, so looking at the playoffs upcoming. All right. So if you are a 6th seed, you draw the All-Stars. I mean, you guys got to go in thinking that you can beat any team in the A.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, it's really the separation from the first 2 teams down to the bottom. I mean, everybody's got more than 2 wins, 3 wins. It's not much, and it's really just a break either way, right?
I know we could have beat the Canes. I've seen the Canes, a couple other games they could have lost. The Diablos we could have beat. Express could beat the Diablos. So it's, teams are right there with everybody.
Yeah, so I don't think, although you have two teams that are really at the top of the heap right now, I don't think they're looked upon as unbeatable.
No, it's not the same about 3 years ago when you had the Monkeys, HOB, Diablos, and Canes, and everyone else was looking in.
Also Rams.
Yeah, everyone else was looking in. We snuck in one year, we got to the chip. But other than that, it probably went good 5-6 years with those 4 teams.
With those 4 teams,
playing for every chip.
They kept bringing back the same guys every season, and it made it very tough.
Now it's a little different. Teams have, a couple teams came up, a few new teams, and it's up for grabs.
Well, and the other thing is too, I've seen a lot of guys get hurt this year.
Yeah.
There have been a lot of guys, more than usual. Do you think that has to do with some of these guys are so buffed and cut up they can pull a muscle getting out of their car?
It's when I tell people I play flag football, they think it's like
Sissy Mary stuff.
If you come and watch one of our games,
I have a lot of people. Yeah, it is
physical. And there's some big boys. There's guys that played D1, D2, NFL. It's some big boys. And they don't all play by the rules.
No, well, of course not. Of course not.
Play by the
Sometimes
rules.
these guys have flashbacks to when they were on the field for real, and that's
football. It's instinct.
that could be a dangerous thing.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, I'm going to share a little story with you people about Mike V, the official,
Yes.
not the player. A very funny story. We'll be back in just a couple.
Hey guys, Adam Feldfogel from the ACFL here. I want to tell you about one of my personal favorite Italian restaurants in the Rockland County, Bergen County area. It's Sonny and Tony's Pizza in Mahwah, New Jersey. They have exquisite food. The pizza is excellent. Chicken, veal, sausage, seafood, salads, anything you could think of. The pasta is excellent as well. They have free delivery, free pickup. These guys are awesome. And when I tell you that this is the place that I choose to go to when I'm looking for this kind of food, I'm not lying. This is the place that I go to. Their logo's up here. Their number is scrolling down here on the bottom of the screen. Give them a call. Like I said, free pickup and free delivery. These guys are excellent. Sonny and Tony's Pizza in Mahwah, New Jersey. These guys know what they're doing.
Hey, Joey B back with Mike V, and before we went to commercial, I promised that I'd share a story with you guys. I am a basketball coach in Paramus for one of their travel teams, and I will tell you that through the years, Mike and I have had many discussions on the football field regarding certain situations where we might have had a difference of opinion, but that's all on the football field. Well, one Saturday in the middle of winter, and we had a bad winter.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It was pretty bad. And I'm in the gym, and we have a 10 o'clock game, a very important game for us because we needed to stay close to the team that was in front of us, and we're waiting for the refs to come in to start the game. So who comes in carrying a bag with a winter hat on but Mike V? And I look at him and I go, today is payback. I was praying he would make a bad call in that game, but the SOB, he let me down. All his calls were right on. As a matter of fact, Mike, if you remember, we won that game by like 30 points.
Yeah,
so he's running up and down the sideline saying to me, Joe, call off the dogs. Joe, call off the dogs. I said, no. We want to win this game.
Joe was pushing it hard.
I was trying to run it up. That's right. Well, they're fifth graders. They were 10 or 11. They weren't young kids. But that's a very funny story, and that's true too. He's a good basketball official.
Thank you. I take it serious.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's like anything else. And you know what's funny, because as an official now, you get a little bit more of a feeling for the guys that officiate your games on Sunday.
I do. I know how to talk to them a little bit better.
Because you've been in situations. Yeah.
There's times I just lose my mind. And, I mean, you know me off the field.
Yeah, of course. And I like that at all. But again, one of the things that, as a ref, I do, and I understand that you guys are out there trying to win. So I really, I don't know, call it thick skin or whatever, but I let you get it off your chest.
Yeah, you got it.
And when you get it off your chest, we move on, and there's no problem. So that's a good thing.
I don't think I've ever been thrown out of a game or really ever been flagged for a personal foul, which is probably
that's pretty good. In 11 years, that's not too bad.
I mean, I guess because I have a good rapport with the refs, they let me talk to them and scream at them. But
so now you bring up an interesting point. Okay, so now, and I'm not Joe the ref now.
Okay.
I'm just Joe, the guy that you're talking to. Overall, do the refs do a good job in this league?
The percentage of them do. The thing that drives us the players insane
Uh,
is when one week you get one rule and the next week you get a different rule. Judgment calls is a judgment call.
Mhm.
You can never change a judgment call. But when a guy marks off 15 one week, 10 the next week, lost it down one week, not a lost it down the next
Consistency is the word.
week, that's
you
what
use.
drives us nuts. That's what drives me nuts personally.
Okay,
And
fair point.
and you know, it's if they have to go to the rule book, it just delays the game. You know, no one wants that to happen. So, but for the most part, the guys, I mean, there's only two of you for until the playoffs.
Right.
It's impossible to see everything. It's
Yeah.
impossible.
Well, that's a good point. I appreciate that, but
I mean, we know that. And I tell my guys, listen, there's only two of them. Get away with what you can. You know.
well,
This
you
is
know,
happening-
and then,
happens to us
now you
all the
see,
time.
this is Mikey V. Now I told you in the
Sure.
beginning, Mike V is a straight shooter.
Yeah.
If the ref's got to look somewhere else, and you could get away with a little grab of a
Not
jersey.
trying to, not hurting.
Not
anybody.
maliciously.
Not maliciously.
Right.
I'm talking holding, grabbing, doing what you can.
Yeah.
Because it happens to us.
Yeah.
It happens to my receivers constantly.
Mhm.
Constantly.
Well, and that's a fair point, because in life, we always try to get away with what we can get away
sure.
with too. It's not just on a football field.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, as we were talking earlier before we took the break, you guys are all set, you're all gonna be healthy for the playoff run.
Yeah, well,
Which
without,
starts in a couple of
probably
weeks.
just without Sos, I'm guessing won't be back.
But there's
Other
your
than that-
depth, there's your depth coming into play,
Yeah, I mean, we
right?
have some guys this year, so it's not, listen, losing Sos is always not a good thing.
Not a good
But
thing.
we have guys to fill in, and hopefully we can make some noise.
Well, that's good. So what is your feeling overall on the ACFL? I mean, now you've been in the league 11 years. Have you seen things really dramatic? I mean, now that we're not ESPN,
No.
but we have sponsors.
Close.
We have sponsors for the game of the week. We have sponsors for this
Oh,
show.
it's great.
It's just moving up, and I
It's
want to
great.
thank you, and the media team wants to thank you for your nice words
Oh, sure,
on the
no
board. You can't please
No,
everyone.
you can't. What
But,
drives me nuts, you know what it is guys just looking to irk you a little bit. Yeah, that's all.
Stir the pot,
Put your
right?
name. If you're gonna say something about it, put your name. That's
Well,
always been
again,
my
we
thing.
appreciated when we read it,
Sure.
because now, you're down here tonight, and you're in front of the camera now, but you got to look around a little bit and see what's involved
Yeah, it's awesome.
with this.
Great. You guys
It's
doing a great
not
job.
an easy thing to do.
No, definitely not.
And we really appreciate that. So, when we come back, we're going to put Mike V in the 2-minute offense. He's a quarterback. He runs it, so he should be prepared for it. And we'll see how he grades out, right? The quarterback rating for the 2-minute offense. So we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Hey guys, Adam with the ACFL here again, and I told you a little while ago about a pizzeria in North Jersey. How about one for all you people in Central Jersey? This one is Tony's Pizzeria, and they also have fantastic food. The pizza, it's in the name. It is tremendous. How about all the other fantastic food that they have? Chicken, veal, sausage, pasta, seafood, salads, anything your heart desires Italian-wise, these guys have it. Give them a call, number scrolling across the bottom of the screen, and you will have, if you live in Central Jersey, or if you're coming anywhere and you're coming to the Central Jersey area, you're going to have a fantastic dining experience at Tony's Pizza. Enjoy it.
Okay, and we're back with Mike V, quarterback under center for the 2-minute offense. Mike, you need 20 yards to score
right.
the winning touchdown, so let's get started.
Just gonna throw it up to Tim.
Just gonna throw it up to Tim. That's not a bad idea.
Not a bad
Not a bad idea. Okay, so let's go. What's your most memorable moment in the ACFL? You've been in 11 years. What thing do you remember the most?
You know what? Probably my Flag A chip game that we lost is the one that I remember the most.
You remember that, so that game will stay with you?
That will stay with us because we had such a good time with that team, and we came up so short. You know, we were 2-point away, 2-point play away from tying it against the Monkeys. So I mean, that game will always go down to me as one of my favorite moments.
So now does that also answer the next question I'm going to ask you? Was that your most disappointing moment also?
Probably that, and you know, that was such a great accomplishment for us. Because no one thought we could do it. We were actually 7-1 that year. We ended up as the #1 seed. You know, ranked in the power poll #1, and you know that was. I can't look at that as a disappointing season.
No.
Going 1-7 last fall was probably was my most disappointing.
Okay, all
moment.
right. Other than your team, who's your favorite player in this league? Who's your favorite player? Who do you like to watch? You're standing on the sideline, you're waiting for your game to start. Who do you like watching?
I mean, Pomo's fun to watch, especially on kickoffs. I mean, the kid's explosive. As a quarterback, I love watching Titano play. He's one of my favorites.
Mr. Unbelievable, I call him.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy can't run.
No.
I mean, he doesn't have the strongest arm.
He could move though.
But
He could shake.
elusiveness.
He's very elusive.
That's the word, elusiveness in the pocket. He gets away. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, I
You know.
either.
And I kind of put you guys in with the All-Stars. I say that the All-Stars are a team that if people don't have to play them, they don't mind not playing them.
Yeah.
And I think you guys are starting to fall into that same
Sure.
kind of moniker. You know,
We've both been around forever.
you know what? If we don't have to play the Phillies, let's not play them.
Yeah.
You know, because you
Yeah.
guys can pop up at any time and come up with a.
Yeah, I mean, I would think the
big
Kings
game.
would probably not want to play us in the first round.
Mhm.
You know, I think just because we've owned them.
Just
for
to
a
step
little
away from this for 1 second. Has Wally lost a couple of miles per hour up the fastball?
bit. No, definitely not.
Definitely not?
Definitely not. No, definitely not.
Well, they're in first place, so I mean, they're 6-1.
He's definitely not lost any miles off his fastball. that's for
Okay, all right, just wondering.
sure. He's by far the best in this league, and probably the best this league's ever seen. So,
Well, 7 chips, I just
Yeah,
can't argue
speaks
with
for
that
itself.
too much. All right, now, you might have answered this earlier, but I'm gonna run it past you again. If you had to change one thing in the ACFL, had to change one thing, and you were the commissioner, what would you change?
Good question. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe more time on the clock. I mean, I feel like the games go by so quick.
That's the
You
running
know,
clock.
you look so forward to playing.
And it's
Before
over
you
and
know
over,
it, I mean, you
baby.
get 4 or 5 possessions and the game's over sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
So-
So you'd like to see the games extended
A little
somehow?
bit, maybe a little bit. I know it's
Maybe an
tough,
extra
but
5 minutes on the clock, go
Yeah.
40 instead of
maybe 40.
35.
I think when we first started it was 40, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things that go with that. There's
Yeah,
field
it's
conflicts.
field. I
and
know
things
it's
like
I know
that.
it's impossible, but you asked me what
That-
I'd like to change.
You gave me an honest
I'd
answer.
like to see
You
a little
gave
bit more
me
time
an
on the
honest answer. Okay, so you told me who your favorite player is, all right? Who's your least favorite player? Who's your least favorite player in the league? And I'm talking about strictly from a talent aspect. I'm not
Oh,
talking
talent?
about
I mean,
personality.
for a guy,
Who's hyped? Who's overhyped?
the guy that used to drive me nuts as a player, just playing against, was Donnie. He doesn't play anymore.
The lineman.
You remember Donnie
Yes,
from the
Big
Monkeys?
Donnie.
He
Cookie
was,
Monster.
Cookie Monster. Yeah. He was the one guy I did not like to see when I showed up. And another guy was Shaka, who doesn't play anymore either.
Yeah, well,
But,
all these guys are disappearing,
yeah.
Mike, huh?
Now an active guy, you know, any one of those Kane guys, Barnes, Earl, I mean, you know, those guys are all.
Okay, so you're under center, okay? You're looking at over the defense. What's the one defense you don't want to see?
One defense?
The one defense you don't want to see. And you gotta have this play, you gotta have this first down.
The one defensive team or the one defensive?
Team.
Oh, probably HOB always seems to have my number.
Really, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Well, it's happened.
HOB, I mean, Pop and Jamar when he's there, and they always seem to bring the heat. That's probably the one team. If
Now,
it's not the Monkeys by far were.
well, we
by
gotta talk
Achilles.
about this, well, they're gone.
They're gone,
They're gone. So if you get another foot, you got another Achilles. Okay, let me ask you this. When you're on defense, and I know that you play defense
A little bit.
also, a little bit, like to get in there and mix it up a
I
little
like to
bit.
bang around a little bit.
Absolutely. What's the offense you don't want to see when you're on the field on defense? What offense? Diablos.
Diablos.
More so than the Canes.
Yeah, like I said, I think for some reason, we play Wally very well. I don't know what it is. If we've always beaten them or been in the games. They've, you know, for years it's been that way. And we've played the Canes since Touch A, 2004. You know, that's how far we go back. So Diablos, I mean, they're just, especially when Pomo was back there, we couldn't stop them.
Now, I asked this question to Goose and DJ in the last show. I'm going to ask you the same thing. Do you fear Pomo less when he's playing quarterback, or
No, we fear him more when he's quarter.
you do?
Yeah, so if we play them, don't quarter Pomos. We fear Pete. I have much respect for Pete too. Pete's an awesome quarterback, but Pomo back there is just,
You think you can do too many things from back there?
we just couldn't stop him. I don't know what it was.
That's funny because I've heard people say that they prefer Pomo. I mean, you don't prefer him on the field at all. If you
Yeah.
can keep him off the field, it's great. But when he lines up as a wide receiver, they feel they kind of know what he's going to do because everything he ends up doing ends up in a fly pattern of some kind.
Well, for the most part, but when we played him, he went under center at least 5-6 times, and they gave him a bunch of reverses. So I mean, he had the ball a lot, and that's one guy you don't want having the ball.
Okay.
So
And listen, Mike just opened a new business.
I did.
We're gonna have, I know that all the ACFL players look on this, Public Access looks on it at this, YouTube looks on it at this. Mike, tell them the name of your store and your location.
I just opened up a dry cleaners. It's called High Rise Dry Cleaners, and we're on Main Street at Fort Lee.
And
So-
Mike has a commercial now,
Yeah.
that'll be aired every week, so everybody that looks in will get a chance to see it. He's even got a special, right, if you mentioned the
Yeah,
ad?
anyone ACFL, or if even they see it, come down, 20% off for everybody.
20% off, not bad.
And, you know, we'll take care of them.
And we're gonna give Mike, and his lovely wife, who I met one time in a poker tournament in your basement.
You were in my
And
house.
I got knocked out
Knocked out
on a straight.
in about 5 minutes.
In about
right?
5 minutes. I pushed, Mike. I don't fool around. Well, we're gonna get you dinner for
Joe
two.
came and gone pretty
Came,
quick.
and you know what, though? I did last for the pizza.
Did you?
I lasted for the pizza. But Mike P has been my guest tonight. Mike, good luck in the playoffs,
Thank you,
man.
Joe.
You're a
Thank
nice guy. You're one of the nicer guys in the league.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
And I really
Thanks
wish
for
you
having
luck in your business.
Thank you.
How the kids?
Great, great. I
Good.
just had my son's first birthday party yesterday.
That's
so-
great.
My
That's
young one.
great.
So it was fun. So.
That's great. One of the nicer guys in the league.
Thanks, Joe.
Just a real ambassador for the ACFL. Mike V.
Thanks. If I could just add, you guys are doing a terrific job. This is
Well, we appreciate that.
keeping me around for a few extra years.
Well, that's good, Mike. You got a lot of heart. We want you to stay around for more than just a few extra.
Thanks.
So good night, everybody. Thanks for looking in. Mike V, the Phillies. Good luck in the playoffs, guys. Go get it.
Thanks.
High Rise Dry Cleaning, located at 89 Main Street in Fort Lee, is your one-stop shop for all of your dry cleaning needs. From area rugs to leather and suede jackets, we've got you covered. We also handle your more delicates, such as wedding gowns, plus bedding and curtains. High Rise Dry Cleaning also does sneaker cleaning, shoe polishing, and repair. We're open Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. So give us a call at 201-585-2500 for free pickup and delivery for all of your dry cleaning needs. Check us out at highrisedrycleaners.com and like us on Facebook at High Rise Dry Cleaners. Business accounts welcomed, and we're certified green cleaning. Stop in and sign up for our customer loyalty program. Mention this ad and get 20% off your next cleaning.